Hey guys, today we're going to be going over 5.4b, and please remember to write everything that I'm writing down, okay? So let's start with number 1. Stan and Derek conducted an investigation to compare the total distance a toy car could travel on different surfaces. The bar graph below shows the results of the investigation. So the first thing I want you to look at is the graph. Make sure that you read the title. It says friction experiment. And then we have, this is our y-axis, and this is our x-axis, okay? So our y-axis is going to show us the distance in inches, okay? So make sure that you notice that that's in inches. And if you notice that it's also going by fives, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, okay? Then we have our x-axis down here. And this is the title, run number. So we have 3 different runs. And this is a bar graph. And it's actually a triple bar graph because you have 3 different categories within the same graph. So the first one represents carpet, the second one represents wood, and the third one represents sandpaper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to label each of my bars so that I'm able to answer the questions correctly. So for the first one, we have 15, then we have 50, then we have 35, then we have 10, 55, 35, 15, 45, and 30. Okay, so now that we labeled it, we can go ahead and read our question. It says, Derek correctly wrote and solved an equation to find D, the difference. So difference means we're going to be subtracting between the total distance the car traveled on wood. So we're going to be looking at the wood and sandpaper. Okay, so that's important. All right, so we're going to find the wood first, the total for the wood, and then the total for the sandpaper, and then we're going to subtract them. So remember, let's look at our graph again. The wood is the dark one, the dark black. So the first one is going to be 50 plus the second one is going to be 55 plus the last one is 45. So this is the total for the wood. Minus, because remember we wanted the difference. Now we want the sandpaper. So the first one is 35 plus 35 again plus 30. Okay, and that should give us D, which is the total distance. Okay, so if we look at our answer choices, the correct answer would be C. Now you don't actually have to solve the problem, but they did here, okay? And you can actually solve it to check it as well. All right, number 2. According to the graph above, which equation could Stan use to find T, the total distance? So again, we're finding the total. Now this time we want to look for feet, okay? And we're looking at wood and carpet, okay? And we're only looking at run number 3, okay? So if we look up here, remember these are expressed in inches, okay? So we're gonna look at run number 3, which is right here, and we only want the wood, which is 45, and the carpet, which is 15. So down here at the bottom, the wood is 45 plus the carpet was 15. And remember, these were inches. So 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. So I have to divide this by 12, okay? Because this is number of inches and I want to change it into feet. So I need to divide by 12. Now this information is in your math reference chart. You don't have to memorize that, but it is good to know. All right, so if you look at your answer choices, the correct answer is H. Number 3. Jamin plans to save the same amount of money each week for 8 weeks. He wants to use the money to buy 2 used video games that cost $15 and $9. Jamin correctly writes and solves an equation to find A, the amount he must save each week, which could show Jamin's equation and solution. All right, so first I have to figure out how much money do the video games cost. So we're going to add 15 plus 9, okay? Then they are going to save each week for 8 weeks, okay? So that means that I'm going to have to divide this by 8. Now, order of operations, parentheses comes first. So 15 plus 9 is 24. Divided by 8 is 3, okay? So that means that Jamin has to save $3 every week for 8 weeks, okay? So if you look in your answer choices, we only have 3 here and here. So automatically, these you can cross out, all right? So remember, we know that A, because that's what we're looking for here, A has to equal to 3, okay? So what did we do here? We did 15 plus 9. Do I have 15 plus 9 here? Yes. Do I have 15 plus 9 here? No. So the correct answer is B. Number 4, Mr. Zavala purchased 4 boxes of pears for $16 per box and 2 watermelons for $10 each. He paid the clerk for the items and received $16 in change, which equation cannot, this is very important, we're looking for the one that is not correct. All right, so we're going to start with 4 boxes of pears times $16 each one, plus the 2 watermelons times $10 each one. Then we know that they got $16 in change, so plus 16 more, okay, has to equal A, which is the amount that she gave the clerk, okay? So I'm going to actually solve this one, and I know that 4 times 16 is going to be 64, plus 2 times 10 is 20, plus 16. So if I add 64 plus 20 plus 16, I'm going to get 100, okay? So the easiest way to do this is to plug in the numbers that we know, okay? So we know that A is 100, so every time we see an A, I'm going to put 100. So all of these are 100. And then we know that if we just add this plus this, that's 84. Okay? So we know that this plus this is 84. These are 84. Okay, so we know that 84 plus 16 has to give me 100. So let's see which one works. So 84 plus 16 is 100. That one's correct. Okay, now over here, 100 plus 16 would be 116. Is that equal to 84? No, that doesn't seem right. Over here, 100 minus 84 is equal to 16. Yep, that's correct. 100 minus 16 is equal to 84. Yes, that's correct. So the only one that is not correct is letter G. Okay, a lot of work for this one. Doesn't look like a lot, but it is. And the last problem. Taco Grande is open 24 hours a day. Taco Grande sells 240 tacos per day. The equation below shows how to find T, the number of tacos that Taco Grande sells in 36 hours. So here we have 240 divided by 24. So that's going to be first, order of operations, parentheses comes first. So 10 times 36 is going to give me 360 tacos. So the correct answer is A.